Hilchos Sukkah Perek Vav Halacha Yudaled. Gom Melechel B'Yom Moed Kelov Machon Nesher. Once he finishes eating on the 8th day, he takes away his food, his vessels, and he takes them out. He's talking about Chutz La'aretz. So we go down to the Peirush, because obviously not talking about Eretz Yisrael, because we took it out already yesterday. That even if you sit in the sukkah, but he doesn't continue to eat there, because they shouldn't. In the next day, he's going to eat in the house. Moed Kelov, that he took up into the sukkah throughout the festival, like his chairs, tables, the nice whatever he has, and he removes them. Im ainli mokem noheret es Kelov, if he doesn't have where to place them. Im hoisa ktana machnas b'menayron. He puts into it a candelabra, that if he has a small sukkah, he should place his menorah outside. And now, to show that he's not using it, if he puts in menorah, that he doesn't have intent to sit there to do the mitzvah. If the sukkah was large, then he puts in as much as he of the vessels that he would not put in the sukkah, such as pots and dishware. You should recognize that it's not correct. It's not eligible to be a sukkah, and kvar nigmar mitzvah. The mitzvah was finished, because he says that they should be kept out of the sukkah. And the other is there. But since it is the 8th day, so you can't take out an area from the schach, because that would be a malacha. But the people of Eretz Yisrael stop eating on the 7th day, and as we learned earlier in Halacha Yud Aleph. So in order that they should have Shemini Atzeres, if they want to eat in the sukkah, what they have to do, they would take an area of 4x4 tefachim from the schach and make it open. Here we're talking about b'nei chutz la'aretz. You can't do that because it's forbidden to destroy on Yom Tov. And the Maggid Mishnah says we find this in Sukkah 48a. In first in the Gemara, what it says that in Sukkah you light a candle. Now the Rebbe saying that you bring in a candle. It doesn't say you light it, a candelabra, you don't light it. Rabbeinu Manoach explains it was large, you put in pots and pans, and he cites the Rif that he learns from here that if you put in vessels, they have to be outside. They have to be vessels that would have been outside if it was sukkahs, and he can eat in it on sukkahs. If he brings them in, you do not fulfill your obligation. You don't say leisha b'sukkah, because it's posel m'rabbanan until she should take them out. And Rabbi Yehuda Goin says that after you make the sukkah posel, you can sit in it, because otherwise, if he wasn't going to sit in it, why does he bring in these pots and pans, the food items? Well, the Rambam of the opinion that if you put in vessels, it remains kosher. But the Gemara says you should put it on the 8th day, so you shouldn't be over to transgress on Bal Tosef, and in sitting it on the 8th day is not considered like he adds on the day of the festivals. And the bringing in the kalim, the vessels, is considered proof that he's not sitting there for the mitzvah. But the sukkah is not postal b'kach. In Halacha Yud Aleph, we brought the words of Rae Gann that you have to do an action that shows that you're not going to add on the mitzvahs, because otherwise, technically, if you're sitting in the sukkah on the 8th day, it would be like adding a day to sukkahs, which one is not permitted to do because you transgress on Bal Tosef. The Shulchan Aruch, 666, explains the din of b'nei Eretz Yisrael on the 7th day. And he continues, the Chutz La'aretz, you have to sit in it in the 8th day. When he finishes eating on the 8th day, you take out the vessels of the sukkah, meaning the chairs and tables, and bring him to the house. If he doesn't have where to put it, and he wants to eat in the sukkah on the 9th day, then he cannot make the schach less by making an opening, because it's Yontif. You can't destroy on Yontif roof. What should he do to show that it is not sukkahs? If it was small, so you are not permitted to put a candle in it. You should place it in a candle in it. In a large one, you can put a candle in. So you bring in pots and vessel and chinaware, etc., to show that it's possible, and it finished the mitzvah. Mishnah Berurah explains that when you finish eating on the 8th day, that means that you're not intending to eat any longer on that day. But when Yom HaShmini is Shabbos, and you have to make sukkah shlishis in the sukkah, because all the sukkahs of the day are obligated because of Sveike the Yom. Sha'atzian cites the Bach that he's fearful of Rashi, that you only take it on the 9th day, not before. But since the Gemara writes that all the codifiers of Halacha explain like the Rif, not like Rashi, the Komanasano cites that there are later commentaries that even say that even Rashi is of the opinion of the Rif. Therefore, the Halacha is on the 8th day you can already remove the vessels. Mishnah Berurah cites what the Shulchan Aruch writes, that you take out the vessels is in order to recognize that it's possible. He means that even though it's not possible, when you put in the vessels, it makes it clear. You're making a statement to show that he's not going to sit in it as the mitzvah of sukkah, otherwise he wouldn't have the vessels there. Now, Goyes Maimonides adds, you shouldn't put tables and benches and for the night, because you can't prepare from Yom Tov for the next day. But in Eretz Yisrael, on the 7th day, it's permitted, because it's still Chol HaMoed, you can prepare from the 7th day for the 8th day. The Gemara paskins, one cannot prepare for Yom Tov for the night thereafter, when it's 2 days. You can't set up tables and chairs in the house for the night, because that's preparation, from the 8th day to the 9th day in Chutz La'aretz. The Mishnah Berurah cites the Achronim that you can bring from your sukkah to your house for the next day, only to put them in order. To place the top on the feet, etc., is forbidden. And if he needs them in the house during the day because he has no place to sit down, or if he has to prepare them, the house shouldn't look as if it's destroyed, as if a hurricane went through it, then you're allowed to. There are more sites from the Kolboy that the minig is, when you go out from the sukkah, you say, Yerotzoin, Shenitzke, Leishe Besukkah, Shelev Yoson. May it be thy will that we will be able to sit in the sukkah of Lev Yoson when Mashiach comes. Meir of Yomin.